Waiting for this to load up on YouTube. But the audio and videos are syncing and pissed. Hello, YouTube! So, today I've decided to do a... So, let me stop spinning. I've decided to do a Real Talk stream, which I don't do often anymore. So, we finished Spider-Man PS4 yesterday, and today we were going to start Munch's Odyssey, if you can see that, but I've already started it. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't have to start from the beginning, but yeah. Oh my god, 2 views. 2 people watching. Fuck me. And yeah, so we're not starting that until tomorrow. At the earliest. I mean, we're not going to play it, we're only going to do an hour stream, but come on. Yeah. So, it's been over almost 2 months. Literally almost 2 months since I moved to Coffs Harbour. Quite literally 2 months since I moved to Coffs Harbour. And and I've decided that at the end of my lease I'm moving back to Townsville. Based upon the fact that it's going to be better for me to move back to Townsville at the end of my lease. At least in my eyes. Sorry about that. At least in my eyes it'll be a lot easier to move back to Townsville at the end of my lease. And yes, I know I'm enjoying living here in Coffs, but I just find it's gonna be much easier to move back to Townsville at the end of my lease, for me at least. I don't know about anyone else, but for me it will. Don't know why I phrased it like that. But yeah. I don't like having dirty laundry on YouTube. But yeah, I don't like having dirty laundry on YouTube. But I just gotta get stuff off my chest at the moment. So sorry to anyone who's watching or watching. Yeah. I'll be right back. I did write a few things down that I'd like to get across. Yeah, I did write a few things down. But yeah, oh, my hair looks messy, and the least to say. Anyway, I did write down a few things. Um, but I can't access them at the moment. I just can't access them at the moment. Just put my phone away so I don't get interrupted. But I walked over basically to get my phone to check what I was to read what I was saying anyway. Yeah. As I said, I'm moving back to towns within my lease because I want to start a new chapter in my life. Something, well, it's not, yes, it's something I wanted to do since I was young, but it's also something that I don't want to do or in an area where I didn't expect to be wanting to go when I was younger. Let me think. Yeah. When I move back to Townsville, I'm gonna be looking at moving to Canada. Yes, I'm gonna look at moving to Canada at the end when the international borders open back up for flights to Canada. When I have enough money to do it, which should be 2 years. By the end of next year, if I don't spend money, I should be at the end of next year, if not early 2023. End of 2022, sorry. It won't be happening for a few years, but I'll be back in Townsville at the end of my lease, which is in July. I mean, yes, I enjoy living on my own and all that, but I just can't handle things. Yeah. And I'm gonna be moving to Canada because I wanted to start this new chapter of my life. I'm gonna want to start this new chapter of my life. Anyway, mainly because I wanted to. Ever since I was young. Even though when I was younger I wanted to live in the US because they got everything new first. For instance, everything new first, like new TV shows, or that sort of stuff first. But now that everything is becoming a global release for English nations, I think Canada would be better. And I'm gonna do it. No matter what. It's just I can't handle it here mentally. I'm gonna stick it out for at least 12 months. Or at least 6 months. So at the minimum 6 months, reassess. And then look at 12 months. Okay, the remaining 6 months that I have on my lease. And then see how things go from there. But at the moment, I'm not coping at all, mentally. Because you look at it. Last year I moved to Perth. And while I was in Perth, I went a bit crazy about the neighbour with the cat. it pissed me off. And then and also a bit, I'd say, when he abused me, a bit frightened. Not physically, but verbally abused. I got a bit frightened and fearful for my life because of the way he did it. So, as you know, I moved back to Townsville then, and that's still on my mind as something that could happen here. Then the stuff happened out Taco Bell in November. So I hit a kangaroo on a Nullarbor on the way back to Townsville from Perth. I got in a car crash, I almost died. Because if that had have hit anywhere close to our driver's side, I would have been dead. So I'm very lucky to be alive. But that's still playing on me because I was at breaking point. I was at the point where I was ready to kill ready to end it while I was in that roadside roadhouse motel in Kaguna. So I wasn't mentally stable. So I just flew back to Townsville as soon as I could. And then at the end of March, and then everything was looking up. Well, it wasn't, but then the Taco Bell stuff happened, where people were abusing me from Taco Bell, and so that was still that's still playing on me. Like, not as much as it was when it happened, because now I've moved away, but it's still there. Like, I don't know what's going on. And those people from Taco Bell are still harassing me. The people from the Taco Bell line are still harassing me. Nonchalantly and anonymously, even though I know it's them doing it anonymously online on my YouTube channel, which I do fix up. I mean, it ruins my channel, but I fix it up. And then, so that's still a little bit playing in the back of my mind. And then in October last year, things were looking up. I was going to LA, I was going to E3, I had everything booked for that. And then in January, at the end of November, I went to Brisbane to the theme parks and the Gold Coast, and I was so happy about that. And I enjoyed myself there for that week. I needed that break after the entire year I've had last year, and I enjoyed it. And then in January, I booked for everything for PAX Australia, hotel, flights, and I would have booked tickets if it weren't for the fact that it was cancelled. And then I booked a ticket in February to go to E3 and a ticket to go to a baseball game in LA while I was there. I believe it was a Sunday, maybe the Monday. Can't remember which day exactly. But I was going to the baseball. And then everything with COVID and everything with the pandemic happened. We all went into lockdown. No international travel. No nothing. Everything's cancelled. Stay home. I mean, I'm not going against that. I mean, It's what needs to happen, what needs to happen to keep people safe. But it's just, I can't cope. And I literally broke down because of that. And then when my shows were on hiatus because of the pandemic, it was like, why? And I literally broke down like, I remember it. After the episode of Supergirl and I believe it was Batwoman or whatever it was, because the Flash ended the week before, I was literally in fucking tears. I broke down because everything that I was doing was gone. Like everything was being taken away from me because of the pandemic. And I mean, I did finish the season to the point where I could. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you can't do much more than that. But yeah. And then in April, late April, my father goes to hospital because he lost 7 liters of blood, according to the doctors. I mean, he's fine, he's alive, thankfully. But that ruined that, and that was right at the beginning of the lockdown. And because I have Asperger's, which is a type of autism, which I don't technically talk about on this channel, but yeah, I just broke down mentally and just shut everything off. And I mean, my sister was willing to move back in while my dad was in hospital to help out. And she was trying to take over everything, and I just wanted normality for starters, so it's like I can't even get that. And then my father comes back home from the hospital, and then in late May I decide to move. So I keep looking and I look, find places in Ipswich and that because I knew the Queensland border wouldn't be open. And I keep looking and looking and looking and looking in near Brisbane because that's where they had the internet I need for my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is a big part of my life, and I did drop out of university because I wasn't enjoying the degree I was doing, so I started a new degree. I literally started a new degree while in April, I believe, April and May, I believe it was, or maybe it was March, before the whole pandemic thing, major pandemic stuff. And I did leave June out of everything because I was going to be going over to LA for E3. I also had plans to go to Tokyo in September for Tokyo Game Show. Didn't book anything, luckily. But everything this year's been cancelled on me, everything. And then I decided in late May, hey, well, I had been thinking of this for a while during the lockdown, like I could move to Sydney. I looked at Melbourne, glad I didn't get any places there that I inquired about. Then I looked out Sydney, glad I didn't get any places there that I looked out. Looked out online. Then I looked at Brisbane in the Ipswich area to get a place that had the internet that I needed for my YouTube channel. couldn't get any place because every place was returning me back. And then I kept trying Coffs Harbour. Couldn't get a place. And as I was waiting for this place, this application to come back positive or negative, for me to move in, I was going around for other places trying to apply and all that, because I was like, if I can find a place, I can find a place. And the reason why I decided to move here was to be with my friend, to help him out with everything. And I spent an entire fucking month looking at moving, put myself through a lot of fucking stress and a lot of disappointment to end up down in Coffs Harbour, where I'm now fucking stuck because the premiers of New South Wales and Queensland can't agree to move the border, and because of COVID, which I knew might have happened, but I was on the assumption that the Queensland border was actually opening, as was reported, before I moved. And now I'm stuck down here, and I can't even go see my family for Christmas because the borders will be closed. See, I can't go and see my family for Christmas. I can't go and do all this sort of stuff because I'm not allowed in Queensland, because all of New South Wales is hotspot, even though it's mainly Sydney. So, no, I can't go back to Townsville over Christmas. I can't even go up for a week just to see my family. I am stuck in Coffs Harbour on my own at the moment, and it's playing on me a lot mentally with everything that's happened in the past year. And I mean, I just want to be able to visit them. Yes, I know I can video call. I can quite easily video call my father if I wanted to. And I quite often call him on the phone. I call him every day to talk. Quite often, multiple times a day. But yeah. But I'm not coping mentally because of COVID or the pandemic. And I'm not coping mentally. I mean, the reason I moved down here when I did was because I wanted to come down and help my friend out, because he's, as far as I know, he's not coping mentally either, and I thought I could help him out. But it's just making me more... It's just making me mentally unstable. I mean, I'm already going through a lot as it is. Myself, I'm going through a lot as it is. Sorry, I was just checking something. I'm going through a lot as it is myself. And I got out of my comfort zone after what happened with Taco Bell. And last year, when I moved to Perth, I put myself out of my comfort zone. And it looks like it could be heading back in that same direction. I mean, I like living in Coffs Harbour, sorry. But if I can't, but I'm not coping mentally, and that's where I need to fix things mentally. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Maybe it was the wrong time to move out. Maybe I should have waited like a year. Saved up a bit more money. Moved out at the end of the year. Or only next year. Or next year sometime, I don't know. But I don't regret moving, because it opened my eyes up to a lot of things. And the one golden rule I live by now, or that I preach to people now, is never meet your online friends. Just don't, never do. Because when you have that online friend, you have this expectation of them in your mind. When you meet them, that expectation is gone, and things change. It's never, as I say, don't meet your online friends, because it's never going to be the same again. And I said that from the first time I met my online friend in Coffs Harbour. And I stick by it. Nothing will ever be the same. Hello to the third person who's watching. But yeah. And yeah, I mean, yeah, if I can manage living here for at least 6 months, 6 to 12 months, my lease is 12 months, but if I have to leave it 6 months, I will. Just so that I have some sort of, just so, yeah, I don't have any issues pop up from anything. I mean, I don't know, it's just, I can't, well, I like living here, but there's too many issues. But there's too many issues arising from a mental health, so but I'm gonna try and stick out for at least 6 months. 6 months at the latest, at the earliest, sorry. If I can stick out my full lease, that would be better. But I don't know. Hold up. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not coping mentally at all. It's just, as I say, as I keep telling myself, it's just another day. Like, it's just another day. And if I can manage this, I can manage anywhere. That's what I say. That's what I've been told as well. That's what I've been told. I mean, the thing is, on one hand, I don't want to move away. But on the other hand, I've got so many more experiences that I want to do. And I can't do that just being here. I just can't. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are going through my mind at the moment. A lot of other factors as well. Not just things going on. Mostly it's my mental health. Because I did plan to go back to town for a week or two earlier this month. And then Sydney got blocked off from going in. And I had a flight from Coffs Harbour to Sydney to Brisbane to Townsville, or from Sydney to Townsville. Couldn't get into Queensland because of Sydney. Well, Sydney being classified as a hotspot. So I couldn't go into Queensland. And so, and I was actually not excited. I was actually wanting to do that, wanting to go. And then that gets cancelled on me. But it's like, it's got nothing to do with anyone here. It's got absolutely nothing to do with anyone here at all. But I just, as I keep saying, it's just another day. But anyway, tomorrow we'll be doing 2 videos, at least 2 streams. I've got 2 streams planned for tomorrow. That's if I want to do the 2. First one is the hour of Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. The second one is an hour of my PGA 2K21 career mode. And we'll do the career mode on Saturday, Sunday and Monday. And then on Tuesday, midnight, so 12 AM on Tuesday, we'll be doing Marvel's Avengers on the PS4. Just so everyone knows my schedule for this week. But yeah. So I guess I'll see you all in my next video, which is tomorrow. And yeah. Bye.